Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would sit down and talk to you guys and gals about something. Let me get a sip of my water first. Get my radio voice going, and let's talk about this. All right, I always see stuff all the time. I see it in person, I see it in social media. People will always come up with all these reasons of why they're scared to go to a gym. And what I'm going to say to people straight up, you cannot have that mindset. If you say, I am scared to go to a gym for whatever reason, I don't care what that reason is, and I'm going to go through a bunch of different ones I hear, then just admit your health is not a priority to you. You don't care about cancer, you don't care about heart disease, you don't care about any of these things, right? You're not concerned about any of the health effects, anything going on with your body, because you're making whatever your fears are of going to the gym a way higher priority than those things. Before people say, well, you can get in shape without a gym. Yeah, well, you better have a home gym then. Right? Because without resistance training, you're not going to get all the health benefits. You are not going to get all the health benefits. And that is what the current science says. That's not a matter of opinion. That is a matter of what large numbers of studies have shown. Strength training and resistance training out of any form of exercise has the most health benefits. So you need to be doing it, even if it's only once or twice a week. All right, so what are some of the excuses that I hear from people? I hear ones from dudes lately, some weird ones, and I'll get into that in a minute. It's oftentimes, I'm out of shape. I'm embarrassed to go to a gym, which is ridiculous. Because what you find is that usually, other than the silly kids, set aside the silly teenagers, silly kids or whatever, the majority of people who are really serious and really fit are there for a reason. Okay? I mean, even take me. I used to be 300 pounds. I used to be a really fat guy. Long time ago. Okay? So that's really common. When you go in there and you see the fittest people, these are people who choose to go that route, have usually overcome some major things in their life. They are not going to be judgmental. You're going to find the least judgmental people towards you as a beginner or someone who's out of shape, even if you are 300 or 400 pounds. You're going to find them to be the most encouraging people. Okay, those are going to be your cheerleaders. And I'm saying that, if you're really out of shape and you're embarrassed, but you come in there and you are clearly a noob, you're going to get respect from those people just for showing up. As long as you keep showing up consistently, they'll notice eventually. Okay? Eventually they'll notice, but people need to realize you're not the center of attention at the gym. And I think people don't get that either, but I'll get to that in a second, of why people don't need to be afraid of stuff or insecure. But in general, you're not going to be disrespected. They're not going to look down on you. You'd be shocked how many times they've seen other people going through these transitions, or they've done it themselves, or they've overcome things. You'd be really, really surprised. You're going to find that those are the supportive people, because they're going to be encouraging. Those are the people who are going to give you the advice. Those are the ones who are going to give you the help. You don't need to be intimidated by them. Just being in that environment alone will help you do better. In fact, I argue the opposite. I tell anyone, they're like, I'm a total beginner, I'm totally out of shape, I need to lose 100 pounds. Go find the most hardcore gym you can find. Don't even go to the little floofy gym with other out of shape people. That's the last place you want to go. That's the very last place you want to go. Do you know why? Because nobody there knows what they're doing. You might want to go to the place where people actually know how to get results and you're surrounded by them. They'll teach you. You will end up getting 5 times faster results just being in that environment, even if the equipment's the same. That's where you need to go. Get over your insecurity. As far as other stuff with insecurity, do you really think you're the center of attention when you go in the gym? I like to make myself the center of attention. You got to really work to be the center of attention in the gym. Okay? You got a gym, oftentimes a lot of people who are in shape. There are oftentimes exceptional people there. There's girls running around half naked. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you want to be the center of attention, you either have to do something really impressive Like come in and deadlift 600 pounds like I do. Make a big noise before you do it so people see you. It's important. Otherwise, they still might not notice. Or you got to do something so absurd and ludicrous that you embarrass yourself. And I mean, you see, it would be silly stuff like, trying to surf on top of one of the machines or some goofball, trying to find some weird goofball exercise you don't see anyone else ever do. If you're just making up weird stuff yourself, you've never seen other people do it, don't see it online anywhere people doing it, that might be a good way to get attention. If you want to be the center of attention, do something really unusual. But if you just come in and use the equipment normally, or you try to just do what you see other people doing, they're not even going to notice you. You're not the center of attention. What's the other stuff I hear? I hear dudes, women try to accuse you of being a creep now. You go to the gym, you even look at a girl. You even look at a girl, you're going to end up in social media. It's like, oh, shut up. That's really rare, number one. Number two, there's plenty of guys really doing the real creeping that you don't need to worry about it happening. You're never going to have problems because you glance over at a girl. Okay? And by that same token, so what? If you have a girl who's choosing to dress a certain way and you happen to stop and look for a minute and she gets upset about it, do you really care? It's going to be like, you're clearly dressing in that manner because you want to be noticed. I noticed you, not a big deal. But don't be a creep about it. Otherwise, quit worrying. That's nonsense. That is, again, such a weird, ridiculous cope, guys. Just go to the gym. Same thing with women. Well, there might be creepy dudes there. Well, there's creepy dudes everywhere. Let's just be realistic. If you'd want to avoid creepy dudes, I guess just never leave your house. Don't go to the grocery store. Don't do anything. That's that same level of logic. Yes, there's going to be creepy dudes here. But the same creepy dudes are at the grocery store. The same creepy dudes are at the corner store where you go to get gas. Deal with it in the same way that you do in those places. The only difference is in a gym, if the dudes are being creepy, the management won't be real cool about it if you go talk to them about it. They'll usually oftentimes resolve it for you. Okay? Right? Look to some of the other ladies for help too in that case. There's your solution. Or you can go to some of the women's only gyms or women only classes. That's an option. But there's your solution. You don't got to worry. Again, this is not a realistic fear, because if you had that same fear, then you would never leave your house anyways. And in that case, then you might want to get a home gym and get an online coach. I am a coach. Those are your options. But these are the sort of things that people come up with. It's always, I'm embarrassed. I'm scared. I'm insecure. Well, quit being insecure and embarrassed. Everyone started somewhere. And you have to understand, every super fit and in shape person in that gym started somewhere. You need to understand, they see a million new. Anyone who's been going to the gym for 10 years straight, they have seen thousands of noobs walk through that door. They've seen hundreds of 300-pound people walk through that door. Do you really think it's anything new to them? And they could have been that person 10 years ago. Quit worrying about it. Right? Dudes who are worried about some girl's going to call me a creep for looking at her. I don't know. Don't keep ogling her and staring at her and then walk up and ask to lick her butthole. Don't do stuff like that, and maybe you won't have those problems, guys. Just saying. Don't be a douchebag. And to the women who are worried about the guys being douchebags, dudes are going to be douchebags anywhere. Handle it the same way, report them to management, and go to the gym. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys and gals next time.